The truly educated aren't quarrelsome. Today on Fortitude Through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. Clearly in Tampa today, at home, just down by the water. It's absolutely beautiful, as you can see. And so what I love about this lesson today is I learned something. I really did, because when I was going through the daily Stoic notes here, I was talking about Socrates and actually mentioned that he was put to death. And I was like, why was Socrates put to death? So, the quote first by Epictetus. The beautiful and good person neither fights with anyone, nor, as much as they are able, permits others to fight. This is the meaning of getting an education. Learning what is your own affair and what is not. If a person carries themselves so, where is there any room for fighting? So, Socrates famously traveled around Athens, and he would consistently approach people that he disagreed with and just engage them in long conversations. He actually developed the Socratic method, which is a way of basically asking probing questions to incite critical thinking. Now remember, people who are in power don't want people to use critical thinking. So let's just take a look at the life of Socrates. Now, he was put to death. The reason was for impropriety and corrupting the youth. Basically because he didn't believe in the gods of the state. And so here are some quotes by Socrates. The unexamined life is not worth living. This talks about self-reflection. This is a major Stoic principle. Next quote. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Again, the constant search of knowledge and truth. Number 3, to find yourself, think for yourself. Remember, anyone in power does not want people to think for themselves. Think about the automobile 100 years ago, 125 years ago, the Model A, right? Now think about an automobile today. We have Tesla trucks, right? Think about airplanes 125 years ago. Barely got off the ground, the Kitty Hawk, right? Fast forward to today, we got supersonic jets and all kinds of crazy stuff. But our education system, think about 125 years ago. Classrooms with a teacher in front with a bunch of students in neat little rows are taught to raise their hand, ask permission, follow instructions. They are told what to think. They are not taught how to think. It's because we needed factory workers. Remember, and you competed for grades. Grade A beef, sound familiar? We program robots. So you think about 400 BC, when there were men who consistently looked at the best way to live life. Here's another quote. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. Knowledge is the power of freedom. But today we live in ignorance, right? Because we want to be entertained, not educated. People don't want to know the truth. And in fact, Gen Z, which I learned very interestingly, Gen Z doesn't actually care about the truth. The opposite of Stoicism, they care about people's opinion on a subject, and they want to be with the popular opinion. Oh my God. Talk about a society of puppets we have created. It's sad. It's truly, truly sad. So you have a man like Socrates that was put to death for trying to inspire men to live their best life, for trying to encourage people to ask probing questions, to encourage critical thinking. Man, is there a more noble death? Truly interesting for me. So going back to today's lesson, next time you face a political dispute or a personal disagreement, ask yourself, is there any reason to fight about this? Is arguing going to solve anything? Would an educated and wise person reason to fight about this? So, I used to love a good debate. But what I've learned is there are people that are so entrenched in their ideology that logic doesn't matter. And that's why I've truly embraced Stoicism, because it doesn't matter what other people's opinions are. The truth is the truth, and your perception of the truth is what makes it positive or negative. So when it talks about the truly educated aren't quarrelsome, you're right, because we seek wisdom, we seek truth. We don't seek conflict and confrontation, although sometimes necessary. We seek self-assessment. We seek reflection. We are constant lifelong learners. There's no time to fight. For me, there's only time to learn and grow. So you really got to ask yourself, is that that back and forth on Facebook really worth it? What are you gaining out of that, actually? Think about it. What are you gaining out of that? Are you going to change anyone's perception? No. Nope. Probably not. Right? Let's use politics. 40% of the people are hardcore to the left, 40% are hardcore to the right. You're not going to change your minds. 20% in the middle that are... Why fight about it? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't seem like the wise thing to do if you're an educated person when you understand the true importance of time and energy. So ask yourself, is your time and energy worth more or less than that back and forth quarrel? That's for you to know through your self-reflection. But for me, I know I've got better things to do. So for me, I consider myself at this point in my life a wise person because I've made so many mistakes. I've been able to learn from them. I understand the importance of my time. I understand the importance of my energy. I have no time for that other conflict. On that, I hope you all have the most amazing day.